Okay, so today I'm here with Tara Brooks. Tara, thank you for coming on.
Thanks
I appreciate
for having
it.
me.
So Tara's going to tell us a little bit about a great neighborhood that's within the Memphis metro area. But first, Tara, why don't you give us a little background about yourself and a little bit about your company?
Okay, so my name is Tara Brooks. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Collins Morey, and I've been in the real estate game for about 4 years now, and I absolutely love my brokerage. We have tons of education for new agents, and we have an extensive global network of agents that provide assistance in relocation and collaboration on real estate projects. And we have a unique partnership with St. Jude, which I absolutely love, we launched it last September.
Really?
And a portion of every transaction goes to the kids at St. Jude. So it's really close.
Wow.
It's really cool to see something so big, so close to home from a tiny standpoint.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That's great. So we're going to talk today about what is often considered the best suburb of Memphis, I think, and that's Germantown. So Tara, why don't you get us started off with sort of where Germantown is and how it fits into the Memphis metro area?
Okay, so Germantown is actually located between Memphis and Collierville. It's a population of about 40,000 people, and it's derived from the zip codes 38138 and 38139. The median income is about $100,000 per household, and it's pretty landlocked, but there's a lot of vibrant, rich history that goes on in Germantown.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit more about what attractions are in Germantown?
Yeah, so Germantown has been working really hard about providing a lot of programs that interest people at different ages, activities that interest people at different ability levels as well. So they have and after school programs, they have summer programs, they have environmental park programs that are led by the park rangers that you can do, and they have tons of seasonal events. So they have like camping under the stars, you can create floral arrangements with local vendors,
Really?
they have happy hours down at the Grove that are outdoors, concerts, different things that you can do to kind of network with your community and build the bridge to people you may not have met before.
Wow. So it's got its own self-contained, sort of environment where people that live in Germantown don't really have to go outside of Germantown to experience all the great things that they have in the city. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say.
Yeah, that's great. So Tara, I know that Germantown is kind of associated with horses. Like you drive down and you see a speed limit, and then below it's got like a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit for horses. And
right.
So could you tell us a little bit about the whole horse culture that's in Germantown and how that got started?
Yeah, so there's the Germantown Charity Horse Show. So the charity show is what the prints on the street lead to, and they have a rich history in itself, but they've been doing shows for over 70 years. And you can see, there are riders and these stunning horses pretty much any time, very commonly, between spring and fall of every year. I actually went to a show like 2 weekends ago, and it was so much fun.
Really?
Yeah. And
so it's not just once a year, they do
multiple shows.
Okay.
Yeah. And that organization, the Charity Horse Show, actually is a partnership with the Kindred Place here in Memphis. And so that organization raises money and promotes like a safe place for families who have problems with conflict or domestic violence in the homes.
Okay.
So the horse show has raised over $700,000 in the last 20 plus years that they've been working together, and it provides support for like anger management classes, counseling, and parental education classes to help those families in need. So we're not just working and supporting Germantown in Germantown, we're really about bridging the gap and like supporting the home itself.
That's great. I had no idea they had that big charity purpose behind the horse show.
Oh yeah, and that's what there's about 20 horses around town that came in about 2008. They did a promotional celebration of the horse show.
The big statues that
yes,
you see?
Those big giant fiberglass horses.
Yeah.
And they had them custom painted. Back in the high school at like 2008, we painted one. The students got to paint a horse in the art program. Yeah, it was so cool.
That's great.
And then they scattered them around town, so it's cool to like look back and be a part of something then and still see it now. But that's what those horses represent.
Yeah. And so we've got horses, and another thing that Germantown is known for is its safety, right? People perceive it as a very safe community, a great place to raise families. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So the crime in Germantown and the safety in Germantown, I feel that safety is really a feeling and it's relative. So I always promote safety practices such as like locking your car doors and having well-lit home exteriors and generally being aware of your surroundings. And I always advise my clients, if they want to live in some place, to do the research themselves and drive through the town if possible. I know that's not always possible. With Germantown, it's great. They have one main police station and 4 fire stations. And the city actually runs a daily log of all the police reports on their website.
Really?
So you can, so if you can't be here and look around, if you don't have a family friend or somebody to ask about the city and their safety and how you would feel there, you can always go onto the city website and look at that daily log of calls and reports. And they also have a public Facebook page that you can look into as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good to know. And another thing that attracts people to Germantown are the schools.
Absolutely.
I think they're like the best schools in this whole part of the state, from my understanding.
They've won several awards recently. The latest school they built back in 2019 was like Forest Hill Elementary School, but the Germantown Municipal School District has 5 public schools that run K through 12. They have 3 private schools and 4 specialty schools. And with all of that, they've won several awards and been recognized at the state and local levels for inclusivity with disability, excellence in teaching, and even accolades that go for their athletics department and the fine arts department. So they've really made a name for themselves throughout the state.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So it sounds to me like Germantown is a great place to move if you're concerned about safety, if you want to have events that are right there in the community that you can go to. And then also, if you have kids and want to send them to great public schools.
Right. It definitely gives that epitome of a small town USA feel.
Well, this is great. This has been a good overview of the Germantown area. Is there anything else you want to talk about Germantown?
No, I think we've hit it all. I will say a fun fact about Germantown is they have about, even though it's landlocked, they have about 700 acres of green spaces. So you can find that in the 29 parks across town and trailways and walkways and everything. And they were actually named Tree City USA by the Arbor Foundation for the last 29 years. And Arbor Day is actually coming up on Friday, April 29th. So if you're going to go out, if you want to celebrate Arbor Day, please invite you to come to one of Germantown's parks or walkways and enjoy the town for yourself.
That's great.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to buy or sell a home in Germantown or the surrounding area, how do they best get in contact with you?
You can email me. You can call me at 901-334-8167. You can find me on the Coldwell Banker Collins Maury website. Again, my name's Tara Brooks, and I would love to help you with your real estate adventure.
That's great. Well, Tara, this has been great. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for
Thank you very
having me.
much.
Yes.